So this one, number one, it's a Big L is Len Bias. And it's a Big L ceiling, best MC of his era, top 10 MC ever. Bias ceiling, best small forward ever, top 10 NBA player ever. I think top 10 MC ever is a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
And Bias top 10 NBA player ever is a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's okay because we don't know.
Nope.
With either one of them, and we know that they were both ultra fucking talented, man. I listened to Big L some years ago, and I kind of got into him a little bit, and I went back and listened to a lot of his stuff the last 2 days, and it's an atypical New York flow.
Yep.
Atypical. I mean, he just, to me, it's kind of like AZ-ish almost, you know what I'm saying? Not exactly, but like when I listen to him, I'm like, oh yeah, he definitely a New York cat. But man, his shit just flows off the goddamn tongue, man.
It does.
It just does, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I want more though, and we didn't get it.
Nope.
Len Bias, crazy athletic. They called him the Jordan Killer. Unguardable. Was going to end up being on that Celtics team.
Yep.
With McHale and
Parrish.
Bird and Parrish and a broken down Bill Walton.
I mean,
he was, but he was still giving you. The thing is, he only had to be a good Bill Walton for 15 minutes at a
was
time.
still on that team. Dennis Johnson, was he still on that team?
Yeah.
So that would have been like a Golden State Warriors of the 80s.
No doubt, man. And to me, he would have gave them something that they didn't have, which would have been a hyper athletic wing player, which is what they didn't have.
That's what they didn't have.
Yes, and it would have been somebody they could have put on James Worthy to give him problems. You know what I'm saying?
They would easily want more rings.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And he probably extends Larry's career.
All that career. Definitely Larry's.
I think he would have disrupted those Piston things. The Pistons still might have. They still because those Pistons teams were loaded.
They were
bro.
loaded.
Loaded, man. And I don't know for a fact that they would have stopped it.
If you take less of a burden off a bird, and you got to have no pressure on his back. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. See, here's the thing with cats like Len Bias. We see the ultra athletic player a lot of times, and his skills never really polish out. You know what I'm saying? So, best small forward of all time. You're telling me he's better than Bird. And from a skill set standpoint, Larry Bird may be the most skilled small forward we've ever seen. Yeah.
Ever. Rebound, pass,
shoot.
shooting, finishing around the rim. He actually was a pretty solid defender. He wasn't a great defender, but he was a very solid defender for his level of athleticism.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And there are people who legitimately believe that Larry Bird was a better player than Magic Johnson. And I'm kind of that ilk, bro.
Really?
I am. I think when you look at if you want to give Magic Johnson, he was way more flashy, but if you want to give him like the slight edge and being a passer, so if Magic Johnson is a 10, Larry Bird is no lower than an 8.5 as a passer. Just his ability to make plays for his teammates. Mm-hmm. He was a better rebounder.
He was.
Magic Johnson was not a defender.
No, he definitely was.
You know what I'm saying?
That was always his weak point.
We know he was nowhere near the shooter that he was. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't really did I say rebounder already?
Yeah, you said that.
Okay, well,
he wasn't a rebounder. He wasn't really a great defender. He didn't try to defend really.
Not really. You 6'9", dog. You know what I'm saying? So to put Len Bias over that is a problem. And now we got LeBron fucking James, dog.
Yeah.
As great as Len Bias probably could have been, he wasn't gonna be no goddamn LeBron James. Nah. He was nice. He was nice. But I kind of have a problem with that, dog. I kind of have a problem with that. But if you want to say top 6, top 5, small forward, whatever, I'll roll with that. And to me, that's kind of where you can kind of start to see, like, yeah, Big L could have been in that ilk. Yeah, for sure, man.
I mean, his era would have started with the J era and the Nas era. So
he definitely would have been after Nas, right? Nas was already established.
Nas was already established.
Right.
So I put him in J because J kind of gassed out '96, and they was kind of rapping with each other at that
Right,
point.
right.
Too, so it's tough. That would be tough to say he's be the best rapper of his era.
Yeah, because DMX showed up.
Yep.
Right.
I mean,
Ja Rule showed up in the late '90s.
Still had before he passed.
Right.
Still had Joe.
Eminem, who when did Slim
99.
He's right in that. And look, I'm saying lyrically, I think he would have been right there with all those cats. He would have been right there, man. And you know, I don't know, man. I don't know that I could say he would have been the best rapper of his era, right? And then we totally disrespected these dudes, even though they were kind of in the Master P's whole little crew out of New Orleans, man. They had 97, 98, 99, bro. They had a lot of hits, bro.
They had a lot of hits, but I don't think nobody was saying, man, these guys don't run the game, the rap game.
Man, they kind of was.
As
far as party like music and shit like that.
As a collective, yes, but individually, we think, yeah, man, Phil gonna run the rap game for 10 years.
Maybe.
Probably not. Murder got this game on lock.
Probably not, but as a collective, well, look.
Mystical now, if Mystical would have stayed, maybe, and Fiend would have got some
right.
push, I would say, yeah, even Mia X, she was dope.
I fucking love that girl, bro. Bars.
Yes.
That's another one of the things I was talking about, where you don't have a whole lot of female rappers at that, because she could have been E's contemporary to me.
Yeah.
She could have been Fox's contemporary and all that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have a problem saying Big L would have been potentially the best rapper of his. Is that what they said? Yeah, best MC of his era, top 10 MC ever. That's a stretch for me, dog. But like I said, it's the same stretch in a way that it says Len Bias's career would have been a top 10 NBA player ever. Like, who we taking at the top 10? Kobe, Jordan, Wilt, Kareem, Shaq, Duncan, Bird, Isaiah. We putting him over those dudes? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we really LeBron James over KD? Who we taking out?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all hypothetical. So they're saying, I guess whoever wrote the article, they're saying where we feel like that peak level would have been that had they came in and lived up to their hype and where they peaked.
Well, I mean, even if let's put Len with, like, you think he would have been greater than, say, these are the guys that would have been his contemporaries, right? At least somewhat in play style. You would have had Karl Malone. You would have had Charles Barkley. You would have had David Robinson. You would have had. Do you remember Ralph Sampson?
Yeah.
Okay. You would have had him. You would have had guys. Some of those guys are bigger than him. You know, I get that, but these would have somewhat been his. Sean Kemp actually kind of would have been one of his contemporaries. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know, man. I think things are a little bit different once you get to the league and people start game planning for you. And I think it's sort of easy, even in that particular time when cats were staying in college for 2 and 3 and 4 years. I think it's when you that kind of athletic freak, right, and you got that kind of skill set. I don't think it's quite as easy to step into the NBA and dominate quite that way. I just think it's a different game, man. And also, personalities do play a part into that. Yeah. So he could have been one of those guys that had a great 2 or 3 or 4 year run and then kind of faded away into nothingness, man. So it's tough for me to sit here and say, like, oh yeah, man, he would have definitely been that guy.
Yeah.
So that's tough for me, man.